So I had been having this conversation with everyone my entire life, from childhood, bumping on the couch, the various forms of chaos that was going on there, uh, things that were affecting my mom where my sisters were not home to see how those things were affecting her because everybody grew up too fast. And I watched everyone grow up too fast. I watched my mother be in fear of her own sons that she didn't even want to have them around. They were put into a life before me that was difficult and trying. And, I came out here, my thumbnails, my various forms of expression, my poetry, writing, my coding, advocating for people, and people thinking that I'm talking about them or one person or the other, and you really don't know who I'm talking about. I don't use names typically, but I will point out a name when it needs to be pointed out, but typically I don't point out names. See, here is my understanding of what has happened. My family were contacted. They're on social media, and the brothers in Jehovah's organization are very aware because I'm posting their material. One particular sister said to me to make sure that I am posting from the JW website. I believe she told me this to help prevent any type of infiltration from apostates, those who hate Jehovah's people, who have been a part of his organization before, and who have no love in their heart for him or his people, and have set their hearts against them to do the most unthinkable things. So through this life that I've had with witnessing all of these things and taking it all in, and being a super empath, and having family members who are completely unaware of my abilities and my skills and my intellect, they are thinking that I am slow. They know that I was in special ed school, classes in school, high school, junior high school, all of which were making no sense to me. I never went to 7th grade. I was skipped from 7th right into 8th because of my height and my intellect. So from 8th grade right into high school, because the schools merged, junior high and high school merged that particular next year, and I went to high school. I went to school with people who I am family with because I grew up with them in the faith that we share together. Their family is my family. We know each other well, have known each other well over 30 some years. And that's just one family. That doesn't include everybody else who my sisters knew within this area or whatever. This is their stomping grounds. Some of you may be very familiar with them. There was a lot of different things that happened concerning my family. But back to my thumbnails and these code names that were given to ops, and these little pet names, and people knowing all of these different things about me. Look, see, the only reason why I didn't commit suicide, because the rest of you would be dead had I done that. I understand why my mother was driven to attempt suicide more than once, and also other people in my family were driven to that. It is this treatment right here. Now I know that everybody's hearts are going to be set to want to be in the right place. And it just seems so ungrateful of me to be saying the things that I'm saying. But see, you cannot behave like my ops behave towards me. Otherwise, you're working with my ops. You can't do the same things that they do, and that's what I see everybody doing. I have people who are portraying themselves to be people in my family that are here. I have people that are on social media who are in contact, full contact with the place where I am staying. There is a long history and story that goes with everyone. My sisters have sons. Their sons have sons. They have cousins, and I have a huge family. My family is huge, and I haven't seen them in quite some time. This is not the most uncommon thing, but one thing I would like for my family to know is that those of you who have tried to commit suicide, and those of you who have contemplated suicide, and I've caught you contemplating suicide, and the reasons for why you were contemplating that, the reasons why your own grandmother tried, the reasons why she contemplated that, is because death is so much easier than what it is that I'm being put through. And speaking of me, must have been the case with everybody else who has contemplated and who has tried it. From your man leaving you, which has happened to me multiple times, to another woman being given the opportunity to take that man from you. Another obvious reason. The last time my mother tried to kill herself was over the fact that a man who she loved for so long went and picked up his wife who was pregnant with their child and brought them back to the same city, the same place where my mother had been spending all of this time putting into this man, and she just needed to be loved, right? By a man. She had her children. We loved her, but some of you had these very offsetting relationships with mom. Some of you, I think, did not like me because I was so close to mom, or grandma. Whatever the case may be, you thought that I was getting some type of privileged treatment, or she believes everything that I say. Well, I believe everything that she said. How about that? How about I believe everything that she said? How about I believe everything that I witnessed? How about I believe that it's happening to me, what I don't want happening to me? And I pray to Jehovah, please make them stop. Please make it stop. Because I can take my life. If I can kill someone else, you don't think I know how to take my own life? I don't do pills. All I need is a pin and a jugular vein, and I can bleed myself out. I don't need no help. I'm skilled in forensics and all other things. It's very easy for me to take a life. I can take a life easily. That's not in my heart to do. It's not in my heart to take my own life either, but when a person gets so tired, too tired to even deal with the fact that people aren't even listening to them, to ask them to stop, because you've already been through enough things where people did not stop doing what they were doing to you, even though you were asking them. That's family, that's strangers. And my mother was a subject of stalking for quite some time. Of everything else that everybody else was doing in and out of her house, around her house, subjecting her to that, except for me. I am the only one. Because I am who I am. And you guys like who you like. You guys like who you picked for me to be with me. Mom had chosen someone to take care of me. She had said when she was dying that your sisters are going to give you a place to stay. So since I've been homeless for quite some time, this is considered a home, right? I should be very thankful for this place. I would be more thankful for this place if these doors were to the point where you weren't letting my ops come in, because they're coming in, because I told you they will come, and I told you they would be here. And just to draw it out, just to see, just to test me, just to try to put me on edge and do everything that you've done. The abuse stops with me. You all picked your picks to come in here and try to do whatever it is you did. I don't care if you consider yourself a celebrity, a, a vagabond. I don't care what you are, what label you put on yourself. I don't care. I do not care. And I'm telling you to stop. Telling you to stop. And this is not even a private conversation. Would the brothers be placing me at risk to want to commit suicide? Do they actually know what's going on and what's being done with my family and collabs with people off of social media who they shouldn't be in collabs with? See, if I have a man, I wouldn't know that I have one. I would absolutely not know. I know who I love, and that's it. That's all I know. I don't consider myself to have much of anything, and it's not because I don't have any belief in myself or faith in Jehovah or any of those things. It's just easier. It's less painful to not know than to know what's being done to you without mercy, without forethought. So the next time I don't get called before you guys go trying to run a play or telling me don't play the game, all of these, oh, you've got a lot of baggage and all of these other comments, you can choke on that stuff because I love you, but you can choke on it as far as I'm concerned. Because this has been absolute juvenile nonsense and I'm not with it. And so Jehovah saved my life through my therapist, who is not anywhere but on social media. So instead of Jehovah, please make them stop, he told me to tell you to stop.